Ela é britânica, tem 28 anos e tá trazendo o Europop de volta com um toque de rave.
Vozeirão, carismática e dona de uma das capas mais icônicas de 2025.
Em sua primeira passagem pelo Brasil, já teve shows lotados com fãs indo à loucura.
Não poderíamos deixar de fazer um episódio especial do nosso podcast com Rose Gray.
Eu me chamo Matheus Carvalho.
Eu me chamo Henry Cres.
E sejam bem-vindos ao
Kissy Pop.
Yeah, welcome to Kissy Pop, special episode with Rosie Gray. Rose, I heard that you grew up in a very artistic home, like your mom and your stepfather are actors, and this obviously influenced you to become an artist too, right? But how did it lead you to into the music business?
Do you know, it's so interesting. When I grew up, I thought that like everyone's parents, you know, acted or like made music or like wrote scripts. So I just was from a very, very young age singing, drawing, painting, making art. I just thought that was normal.
Yeah.
I will say my parents very much, they were actors, but they also had like many other jobs. So I also thought that was just very normal, that you sort of like, you act and you do theatre, but you also work in a school and you do evening jobs.
You were seeing this every day, so art, it's like normal things in your life, like daily, you always seeing things like that, so that you grow up seeing this as a normal thing.
I just thought it was very normal.
Talking about your sound gives me total 90s Euro pop vibes, but and I love it. And when do you decide that you want to bring that kind of sound back for us and work this kind of music?
I was making a lot of music, but I felt like the music I was making was quite different to who I was and where I liked to be and what my friends were listening to. So develop my sound and find people that I love to work with and create with. And it took years and years and years
to find your
sound. Yeah, and I used to be embarrassed to say that, you know, that it took me so long, but now I'm very thankful that I spent that much time making music and experimenting. Yeah. Also, it coincided with working in clubs and being out and partying a lot, so there is definitely that strong sense of club culture like in what I do, because I was out a lot.
A few minutes you told me in another interview that you love Madonna, and I love Madonna too, and he loves Gaga. And tell me a little bit about your inspirations.
So yeah, I grew up just adoring pop icons, Christina, Robin, Kylie, Bjork, Beyonce. I was obsessed with the way they dressed and sung and danced. Yeah. And I maybe studied them a little, watched all their videos. Like a young teenager and when I was in my early 20s, like I didn't kind of connect the dots that's what I wanted to make music like. Yeah. I rediscovered Madonna as a teenager, but I grew up with it in my house. My mum loved Madonna, specifically music era Madonna.
Music makes some people.
Oh, crazy song. So then rediscovering those records as an adult was quite a mad experience for me. I love playing mixing dance and pop, electronic, underground with pop. Yeah. And most of our I imagine we have similar loves. They do that. They mix the electronic and the underground with pop.
A lot of parts and mix it together to create a new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so good.
Yeah.
Jose, can you tell us a bit more about the process of making your album and the backstage differences between the classic and the deluxe version? What changed between Louder Please and A Little Louder Please?
With Louder Please, the album, I didn't understand for a lot of the time when I was making music that I was making an album. I just made so much music that I started to realize I have an album. This is like, I went to my team and I said, like, guys, I have to put an album out. I feel like it just makes my artist project make sense. It just feels right. I knew it. So I had a lot of time and it was very free. My creative process was very fun, and I spent a long time in the studio crafting these songs. With A Little Louder Please, I put the record out and I started to feel love for it, which weirdly I didn't expect. I don't know why, I hadn't thought that far ahead. So I then have had a lot of new DJs, friends, contemporaries, artists reaching out to me. We were talking and I was like, I feel like I need to ask these people to make new versions for the record. And I wanted to stay in the Louder Please world longer. I didn't want to just put the album out and then that's it. I wanted to continue this journey. So yeah, people like Jade, we have been friends and we love our Angel songs so much. Melanie C is someone I've written for her album, so we have a relationship. Not ready to leave the Louder Please universe.
It's a very amazing, interesting universe.
Yes.
Like we starting to listen to the album and we go through another kind of levels and go ups and down, and the album give us a journey, I think, that when it's starting to listen. And like you told before, you worked with Jade and recently worked with Kesha too.
Yeah, Kesha.
And you guys give me the totally power girl vibes and I really loved it. Yeah. How was work with all those amazing people?
It's amazing. I mean, I grew up listening to all of these women. I always loved Kesha. She, out of all the kind of pop girls at the time, I related most to Kesha when I was like 13.
The party girl vibes.
The curly hair, the feathered,
the glitter.
The glitter, the kind of like messy, like, not messy. At the time I thought it was messy. Now I just think it's just like being free. But yeah, it's amazing. And they're all so incredible.
Yeah.
Like, they say don't meet your heroes, but I disagree.
It's strong women still.
Strong women, yeah, very strong women.
Okay, but what about the process behind the iconic Louder Please cover? I mean, it's like a piece of art, viral, and how the idea came up, the beach, the gay kiss, and how did it all came to life? It
was a whirlwind 4 days in Barcelona. I had this idea to shoot the whole campaign in Barcelona. Well, you know what? If I'd had my way, I probably would have come to Brazil to shoot on the beach, but it was too expensive. So we had to choose somewhere that we could get to quickly and cheaply from the UK. Barcelona was our spot, and we basically spent 3 days, across 3 days. We shot in a villa, we shot by a pool, we shot me in a bedroom in the villa. Then the next day we went to the beach, we spent all day on the beach. You know, it was fun. People were drinking, had music playing. But I said to because it was mostly my friends, I was like, can you guys, you know, be in the background? And I said to my friend, Troy, he's also my DJ, Little Miss Guest List. I said, do you mind like kissing? And he was like, yeah, I don't mind. I was like, are you sure? Because I don't want to like make you do anything you don't want to do. And so it happened very naturally. It wasn't like, you know, it felt, they were having a great time kissing. I was just screaming.
So the video, the making of, like you finished the shoot and they continued to kiss. So that all happened very naturally.
They did. And then when it was so funny, he did the deluxe. Troy now had a boyfriend. So, no, wait for it. So we were like, obviously we can't use the guy from Barcelona because, you know, I'm not asking that of him. So we brought Troy's boyfriend. You have to recreate the cover here in Rio. Yes. Well, I think that we are.
We need the next album, shoot in Rio and at the beach. I love the idea. And this is your first time here in Brazil, your first ever Brazil show concert. When did you realize the Come to Brazil movement in your social medias? Because I was at the Zig Festival and everybody was having the time of their lives. I was there. I would never jumped it so far in my whole life, listening to your song.
Wow.
Yeah, really. And everybody was having so much fun. When did you realize that you have such a fan base here in Brazil?
Okay, so I felt the come to Brazil's from very instant from after putting the album out. It started to happen. I went on Twitter one day, X, and I used to get like 50 likes, 100 likes, and I had like, whoa, I was like, this is crazy. So many, and I translated, and it was all in Portuguese.
Yeah.
My understanding of how big my fan base is here was when I announced the Zig shows, and I've like never had so many comments ever. I was like, oh wow, okay. This is real.
So it was a very different experience for you to the energy of
In
the
the
people,
crowd.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. And obviously, once I got here, I could hear before I come on stage, everyone chanting my name, Rosie Gray, Rosie Gray.
Everybody was really excited.
It's like,
really
whoa.
excited.
I mean, I've played a lot of shows now, but like, it felt very lively.
Yeah.
There was something happening.
Sure.
You said that since you were 16, you dream of living this star life. And I want to know, how was your daily routine like a year ago and right now with a little louder please, and all of these shows?
So different. It could not be more different. A year ago, I think I just put out Wet and Wild. I wasn't very busy. I wanted to book shows. I was DJing a lot because I felt like I was playing a lot of my songs but DJing, not really singing. Now I'm so busy. I've been traveling a lot, so many shows. It's a real 360. It's very different. It's been very good for me to kind of. It's made me realize that maybe for like years and years I wasn't going mad. Yeah. You know, I was making this album because it had to come out, and it's a very good feeling to know that I wasn't
There's
insane. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was so focused on making an album.
There's something that you feel that is not what you expected after like putting out an album and everybody's listening to your song and going to your concert, but that always was your dream, but there's something in the middle that I was kind of expecting after everything is the way you...
I wasn't expecting this.
The whole thing, like you were not expecting the acceptation of the public and then this...
No, I don't know why. I think I loved my album.
Yeah.
I loved it. My friends loved it. My family loved it. My team loved it. But I don't know why I didn't expect much, which is now I'm kind of annoyed at myself that I didn't believe in myself more.
Yeah.
Now I do.
Yeah, you really.
Now I do. Now I have.
What you do is powerful. Like you're singing live, it's powerful. Yeah, the dancing songs or the song, the ballad song, everything is so powerful. So your work, it's amazing,
Thank
amazing.
You.
And now we're finishing this episode. Estamos finalizando esse episódio especial com Rose Gray. Thank you so much for having us here, for accepting to be part of this special episode.
Just thank you, Rose, for your time, and hope to see you in Rio. Hope you're having a great time in Brazil, and come back soon.
Come back soon and call us to be part of the new cover.
Well, we can just swap you with Troy and his boyfriend.
Galera, muito obrigada a todos que assistiram até aqui. Sigam a gente no @kcpop.pod. Compartilha com os amigos que amam cultura pop, que amam Rose Gray. E é isso. Thank you.